Today's video is all about the topic around mindfulness. Mindfulness, meditation, relaxation, these kind of things. Do you have to sit like a yogi to be in a meditative state? Do you have to free up extra time in your life to become more relaxed or aware, to meditate more? These questions and some other things I'm going to answer in today's video because I do get asked a lot by friends, by people that come to retreats here, by clients, people I work with. I do get asked a lot, and I always share my own perspective, my own experiences, and how I actually have many moments in my life where I am in a meditative state, in a relaxed state, without actually sitting down and meditating. Because, to be honest, I actually didn't meditate for quite a while, because I just, don't find the time to do it, or I don't take the time to do it. It's a matter of prioritization too, I know. So I could totally do it, but we all know that there are so many things in life that happen, so many distractions, so many things to take care of, important things, so many reasons to not just take down and meditate, like this in this Zen mode. And so my theory, and I live the view, so my point of view is that you don't have to do it. And there are still things you can do, how you can bring in more awareness into your life, bring in more slowness, more presence, bring in more meditative states, more relaxation, taking care of yourself in many different ways than just sitting there cross-legged or just staying there, close your eyes and meditate. So let's dive right into it. So basically, what is a meditative state? You probably all picture the person now sitting there like a yogi, closing your eyes and just in complete stillness, sitting there and meditating. And that is one way for sure, and I did it many times, and I like doing it. Although, as I said before, I don't really get to do it on a regular level because there are only so many things you can prioritize in life. And so my definition of a meditative state would be, yes, the example I shared before, which people would sit down to meditate, and they usually do it for the reason, or let's say the goal would be to sit there and be in a state where you don't have any thoughts. You don't have any thoughts or worries or think about things. You're just in a really peaceful, meditative, like empty canvas, clean state, which is not so easy to get to oftentimes. And this can be one definition of like a meditative state, to have the benefits of just having this like quiet, calm moment for yourself where you really can relax. And one way is through active, intentional meditation. Though another part of it can also just be to allow yourself for all the things to come up. When you sit down and meditate, oftentimes what happens, you get many thoughts and many things. And sometimes ideas, sometimes you things to think about, things to take care of. Everything can come up because you're present with yourself. You're not distracting yourself. You don't consume, you don't read, you don't listen to something, you don't watch something, you don't talk to someone. You're just with yourself in a moment with yourself without distraction. So then these things can come up. Sometimes more, small mundane things from your day-to-day life. Like, I have to remember to do this and this. And sometimes, if you go a little bit deeper and give yourself more time, can be things that are more deeper in yourself from a couple of months back, like things that are still in your mind or things that emotionally are present with you in that moment. So this can happen during a normal meditation too. And again, so for many of us, I guess it's kind of challenging to sit down quiet and be in meditation. So what I often describe when I talk with people here, and especially in retreats, that I have many of these moments that are, for me, I would describe where I am in meditative states, but I'm not sitting there meditating. For example, for me, it used to be a lot during sports. So I was doing triathlon for a long time. I was going swimming. When I'm in the pool and swim laps, or in the lake and swim laps, I really don't think about anything a lot because I'm very connected to my breath, for example. That's why sport is great. If I'm swimming, I need enough focus to on my arms and my body, what I'm doing there, and then the breath, So I don't really think about anything, to to be honest, I'm in a super meditative state, and it's actually very calming and relaxing, connected with the breath, with the body. Similar sometimes with running or when I was cycling. So these kind of things, to give you an example, there were prior moments where I was in a meditative state, or at least I got to it. For example, when I was running, or cycling for a long time, then of course first I have thoughts come up and things come up, and then I process them, I let them go, which is also oftentimes the goal of the meditation. You let things come up and then you let them go. So that's what happened to me when I was doing these activities. You can also probably go for a walk, or go hiking, these kind of things. And just allow yourself to be present without headphones, without music, without any audiobooks that I also like to do. Just allow yourself to be in a present moment with yourself. Because when we look again what a meditation is, where you sit down and close your eyes and just be, it's basically you being with yourself, undisturbed, undistracted, in a quite calm moment. And this you can recreate in many different ways. For example, like I said, you can go on activities, go on walks, on hikes, do sports, go for a swim, whatever you like to do, these kind of ways where you are with yourself, present, connected to your breath in your body without any external distractions. This is one way. But there are many, many more ways. For example, here, it is our garden, by the way, in the background. I love to just be here and take care of plants, or plant new things, or harvest, any of these kind of things, like garden work, where I listen to the nature, the animals. I'm away from any technology, social media, music, videos, sounds, talks, anything. I'm just with myself, and if you listen to it, it's super relaxing here. That's a beautiful way to have present time with myself without distractions, and allows me again to ponder it with my thoughts, like have things come up, have things go, be present with whatever I'm doing. It's a little nice distraction, because I'm not just sitting there with eyes closed, don't do anything, but I'm in nature, it's calm. Maybe I plant some things, or I look around and I observe, I see how the plants grew. It's a beautiful way to also be with myself and with nature and be in some sort of meditative state. And another way, very simple, what I love to do is when I'm washing the dishes in the kitchen, these kind of things. It's time in the shower, a classic example, in the shower. Just being there with yourself, quiet time, no distractions, and you intentionally, these moments, you can intentionally treat them as like a meditation. If you do that, then you open the space intentionally to be like, hey, this is my sacred moment with myself. I can relax, take a little breather. Breath is another very, very powerful way. Take some deep breath and just be there with yourself. Honor that. Don't put any music on. Don't put any voice messages, social media, any stuff. Just be with yourself. And I do that a lot, and it really helps me in busy days to still have moments for myself of presence and awareness, and tune in with my body. Okay, how do I actually feel right now? Maybe I have some tension somewhere. Just do some little movement. That's great when you wash the dishes. When I'm in the kitchen, I'm like, yeah, I get up. I do work a lot still on the computer, and I'm sitting, or driving around in a car, or whatever you do. Like, I'm still sitting a lot, so I enjoy to get up, stand, wash the dishes, do a little movement, check in with myself, just like give myself time to process things, to think about things, to have things come up and then have them go away. Because in this fast-paced life nowadays, it's really challenging for us to be mindful and take the time for ourselves. I know that. I noticed that a lot. There's always something to do, always, different people, different things, and it's really challenging to free up a lot of time to sit down and meditate. That's why you can use other times that you have in your life, like, doing sports, activities, showering, washing dishes, or many other examples, where you can still have the time with yourself and be in presence and use the time. So that's a really, really powerful thing I always share, and it's so simple. Yeah. another very, very interesting thought I recently had is that, for example, the whole theme of breath. For me, still, another thing is to be more connected with my breath, and even breathing deeper when I'm sitting, when I'm working. I oftentimes kind of forget to. It sounds kind of strange, but I forget to breathe. Of course, I still breathe the most minimal way I have to survive, but I forget to really breathe deep. And I believe a good example here is, for example, people that smoke. I believe one of the most powerful things about that is, because people do it often when they're stressed too, is that people actually take a moment away from everything, often a moment with themselves, and they breathe. When they breathe out, they release. They use the power of breath, and you really, really don't need a cigarette for that. So I never smoked. Obviously it's not a healthy thing to do, and I believe one of the powerful things about it is really the breath. Also knowing that because I have a lot to do with breath work, and it's a very powerful tool. And so that's another example what you can do too. Whenever you have a moment for yourself, remember to breathe. Just breathe out, breathe in and out. You don't have to do any fancy breathwork techniques or breathwork things. You just breathe naturally, breathe deep, and this is super powerful as well. So if you take all these things, connect them, that actually I believe can kind of replace sitting down, cross-legged, close your eyes and meditate. This is still very powerful. I would definitely encourage you to do it or try it out. Though in a realistic, day-to-day, very practical approach, these are the things I often share with people I talk about it. And it can be very, very powerful and super helpful. So I hope you can take something from this video, and you can start incorporating these sacred moments for yourself more into your day-to-day life without really any extra effort. Let me know how it goes, and see you very soon. Enjoy.